Welcome to Authentic Online Marketing with Ruthie Gray. Growing awareness for your blog, podcast, book, or product involves more than dancing to reels and yelling, "Buy my thing." This show models quality over clamor so you can put your spin on your message and market in a way that feels authentic to you, because nobody wants to sound like an infomercial. And now, here's your host, Ruthie Gray.
Hey there, welcome back to the Authentic Online Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Ruthie Gray, and ever since we did episode 99, 2024 Instagram Trends, and we told you guys about leveraging SEO, we've gotten a lot of questions about, well, how do we do that? What does that mean? How do you use SEO on Instagram? So now you know it's important, but how do we do it? Where do we put it? So I thought I'd share with you today a couple of trainings that I've done. And you'll hear some extra voices on here from my business mentorship group discussing how to use their SEO. Specifically, one of the members, Kathy Ludansky, was trying to nail down her SEO. Her Instagram username is The Thriving Retiree. And we worked together a few months ago for her to come up with this username with SEO keywords. And so now she's trying to drill down even more with that. So you'll hear a little bit of discussion on that. I think you'll come away with more clarity for what it means exactly to use SEO for Instagram. So this way you can find out how to conduct research to find the relative keywords and simple ways to insert them into your content for maximum effect to draw your target Instagram audience. And by the way, once you're done with this episode, be sure to go back to episode 99, 2024 Instagram Trends, if you haven't listened to that already. If you haven't caught our other recent episodes, because we do release one every other week, I just want to remind you that we released episode 100 on email marketing trends for 2024. Got a lot of good feedback on that one. Episode 101 is create a simple one-page website with Lori Lyons. And then our last episode was 102, navigating your path to podcasting from guest to host. Very valuable information there. I was coaching one of my members, Jennifer Sakata, on what she should be sharing on her podcast and how to figure out her message by doing a podcast tour and guesting on other podcasts. Speaking of podcasting, we have a private podcast that releases raw, real episodes from either group coaching conversations or behind the scenes thoughts from me. And they're mostly just short episodes. You never know what you'll get on there, but we usually drop one every other week. So it kind of balances out what we do here. So you can listen to us. You can listen to one of our podcasts drop every week if you want, by vacillating between this one, Authentic Online Marketing Podcast, and the other one, my private one. I call it the Shh Podcast, but it's really called 2024 Marketing for Creatives. And once you subscribe, it lives in the same app where all of your other podcasts are that you listen to. So it's under your shows. Every time we release a new one on the private podcast, you'll get an email. The link is not in the email, though. It's just telling you there's another one up. Go listen. And so you'll go right to the podcast app of your choice, wherever you listen to podcasts, and find the pink image that has a photo of me on it, says Authentic Online Marketing, and the title says Authentic Marketing in 2024, and then you just listen. So we'll put that sign up link in the show notes as well. All right, so I want to invite you to tune in to discover practical tips for leveraging SEO to increase your visibility and engagement on Instagram. And now, listen in. What needs to happen with SEO is you need your keywords in your bio for sure, but you also need to mention them in text overlay on Reels, and you need to mention them in your captions. And then the best way to find them is to start searching terms in the Explore tab. Like if you go to the Explore tab on Instagram, I'm going there, I'm searching retirees making money online comes up. But if I go there, then it's going to give me some suggestions, but it doesn't give me a lot of, you know how when you search things, sometimes it gives you a whole lot more terms. Let's see if retired would do it or T-Nest.
Retired life might be a good one from what I'm looking at here.
Retired life, retired lifestyle. It's interesting. Some things that you look up, they give you all kinds of, like there's categories, usually like right here underneath in little boxes.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing that for this. So you may have to do some digging there. So that's what I'm talking about is those kind of SEO. But here's the thing. It's not a whole lot different than ranking on Google. And I'm going to give you an article that's really good by Neil Patel about it and about how to get good SEO on Instagram. But if you are using those SEO terms over and over again on your Instagram in your bio, in Google also, Google search. And because Instagram is working so hard to start ranking with Google because hashtags aren't as important as they were, they're actually saying that SEO is way more important than hashtags.
I've been doing some research this morning, but I'm amazed at how many Instagram accounts pop up when I'm doing keyword research on Google.
It's another good thing. I know that, Kathy, initially you did research, and that's how we came up with the Thriving Retiree. And now I think you can drill down even more.
Yeah, I know how to do the SEO research for my blog in Google. And what you're saying, it's just basically the same thing. I'm using the search function in Instagram to find the keywords that are going to get me the people who are interested in my content.
Mm-hmm. So you heard us discussing the article by Neil Patel, and we have also linked that in the show notes. And now I want to wrap up a few thoughts about SEO and how you should specifically be using it. SEO keywords have become more important than hashtags. You want to include these in your bio, include them at times in your text overlay, like for Reels. You also want to include them in captions. Now, I'm not saying keyword stuff, but I am saying if it's been a while since you used keywords from your bio in your captions, it's time to do that, because that is training the algorithm that you are an expert in that specific arena. Like my SEO keywords are Instagram and email marketing, empty nest creatives, authentic online marketing. So those are all my keywords. And you can even, if you need to do some research on SEO, you can do a Google search. Did you know that Instagram profile accounts can show up in Google search? That's what you want to do. So do some searching for your niche and the keywords that you should use. That is super important these days. If you go to the search bar in Instagram and type in certain keywords, other words will be suggested to you, other terms. You can use that search bar also in those search terms to go find your ideal follower. You're training the algorithm not only on Instagram, but also on Google. They're overlapping. Get really clear on who you're serving and spell that out in your bio with keywords and key terms. And then use those same keywords and key terms in your captions, in your Reels text overlay, and do a search in the search bar to locate related keywords and key terms. When you go to the search bar on Instagram, oftentimes you'll type in a term, like let's say flowers, and then it will populate all kinds of little horizontal boxes that have related terms. That's what I'm talking about. And you can drill deeper and deeper by tapping into each one of those and seeing if there are even more terms related. If this podcast today seems a little over the top or you don't quite get SEO key terms, grab that download by Neil Patel and just kind of go through it if you're not really familiar with SEO terms, because this isn't an exhaustive episode. Just know it's not really as hard as it sounds. You need to find the terms that are related to your message and who you serve. Did you learn something today? I hope so. We at Authentic Online Marketing are about to make a very exciting special announcement, but you need to make sure that you're on our newsletter. You can do that by signing up for the private podcast, because we have something wonderful that is about to open up your whole Instagram, email, online marketing education. And I'm just going to tell you right now, you're going to be blown away and you're going to love it. So stay tuned because it's coming soon. All right. If you enjoyed today's podcast, would you do me a favor? Snap a photo of the podcast or of you listening to the podcast. Or if you're in your car, snap a photo of you in your car listening to the podcast and share it on Instagram and tag me in your stories. And I will share you back and tag you back. I really appreciate you listening week after week and for sharing freely and entrusting us with your online marketing education. Until next time, as always, be sure to share your message your way in your own authentic voice.